All right, this is One Last Midnight. Welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. Okay, so you made it through tier 0, right? You made it through the tutorial. You figured out what you needed to do. You got the space elevator unlocked. And so now you're looking at tier 1 and tier 2, and you have absolutely no idea what you should be focused on. Because each one of these milestones are kind of pricey, right? So what do? Well, we're going to cover that today in this video. I hope you guys enjoy. When you open up that hub and you're looking at tier 1, you have a lot of choices to choose from. You know, you've got some great items to pick here. Base building, logistics, and field research. It's tricky to understand where to go from at this point. Now, I chose the Rocky Desert, and there are limited amount of biomass here. To me, my main focus is if you look in tier 2, you'll come across obstacle clearing. And obstacle clearing gives you two really important items early on in the game. It gives you the chainsaw, which gives you an area to, it's like an area effect to clear biomass. So instead of picking by hand individual items, you put down the chainsaw and it gives you this radius clearance area where you can pick up a lot of biomass. And then it also gives you solid biofuel. So it allows you to create biofuel inside of the constructor, which burns the slowest. It's the slowest burning fuel at this particular stage in the game. For me, like I said, no brainer. It's always a no brainer. This is what I choose regardless of what biome I'm in, because it gives me more time to invest in building my factory and less time having to worry about going and getting biomass to feed the biomass generators. Now, of course, that milestone takes several items for it to unlock. It takes 500 screws, it takes 100 cable, and it takes 100 concrete. If you follow my first guide and you set up the constructors the way that I did, you're already collecting resources. So this should be a very quick unlock for you. If not, go back to the crafting bench and manually generate these items. Remember that you're going to be manually generating through tier 1 and tier 2. Not everything is going to be automated, nor should it be, because you can actually generate items faster by manually crafting them than you can by putting them into the automation process. Now, once you have the chainsaw unlocked and built, the problem you're going to come across is that the chainsaw takes solid biofuel. Okay, no problem, because this is a perfect time for us to create our solid biofuel generation mini factory. And what we're going to put down is we're going to put down our own biomass burner. Now, there's a difference between the biomass burners that are on the back of the hub and the independent one. The independent biomass generators actually produce more power than the ones on the back of the hub. So you want to stop using the ones on the back of the hub once you have the ability to create these biomass generators. Create yourself a single biomass generator. Put down one storage to hold your biofuel, whether it be leaves or wood. You're going to put these in individually. You're only going to have leaves in there at one time and wood in there at one time. Then put in a constructor, then put in another storage facility, another constructor, and finally, lastly, another storage facility. And what this will allow you to do is it'll allow you to create the solid biofuel pretty quickly. You're going to hook the power up on this independent biomass generator to this little mini factory that you have here, creating biofuel, and just start letting it run. Once you have a couple pieces of biofuel, grab those so that you can run the chainsaw and then run around with your chainsaw and gather as much biofuel as you can. Go back to your little factory and put in either leaves or wood and set that first constructor up to process biomass for either leaves or wood, whatever you stuck in the storage. And then finally set that second constructor up to create that solid biofuel, which should already be configured from creating biofuel for the chainsaw, and just let that sucker run until you start producing a pretty vast quantity of biomass fuel. While this is happening, you can run around and collect more biomass, or you can, work on your other part of your factory, setting up other items or collecting items and gathering them and putting them in storage, whatever the case might be. There's plenty of stuff to do while you're creating biofuel. The next item that you want to focus on is base building. Now, base building is hugely important. It is much easier to set down any of your factory pieces on top of foundation pieces than it is on the ground, mainly because they snap to a grid. And it's really easy to line them up and then get conveyor belts going to them. So focus on getting the base building unlocked right away. Once base building is completed, there's really not much you can do until you get logistics taken care of. Logistics is huge because it gives you splitter and the merger. Now, these are two little pieces that you can put down to wind up splitting either your conveyor line or merging your conveyor line into a single conveyor line. Honestly, you really can't start getting serious into building your factory until you get logistics completed. Okay, once you have logistics completed, get field research queued up. So that's going to complete all of tier 1. You have one item in tier 2. It really should have been a tier 1 item in my opinion, but okay. So you have all items in tier 1 now either in the process of being researched or researched, and you have one item in tier 2 complete. And now you can really start building up your base. Once you have the resources to finish field research, complete that milestone. The big item inside of field research is the MAM. Yes, you get a bunch of other little items as well, but the main one is the MAM. And the MAM will allow you to research additional things outside of the hub. We'll talk more about the MAM more exclusively in a later video. Okay, I'm going to close out this video with, look, the next step is to completely rip up everything that you've done. Look, you have the foundation pieces, and once you have the foundation pieces, they're very important for building. So one of the things they don't tell you about the foundation pieces is the foundation pieces can actually cover over one of these mineral resources. So you can cover over, you know, copper, the iron, limestone, whatever with these foundation pieces. So do that so that you can then turn around and the MK1 miner or any of the other future miners will sit right on top of it just fine. And then start laying down your pieces again. Now we'll get into more of, you know, what to build, how to build it, and power, all that stuff in later videos. For right now, start building out those foundation pieces. Find the highest position that you can and start building out your foundation pieces. Don't worry if it covers over the ground or covers over other things because it doesn't really concern you. Your factory is going to get big. Some of these factory equipment pieces are huge. When you put down the space elevator, it is massive in size. So get yourself a very large foundation piece built out. It's going to take a lot of concrete. So double up the production on concrete. We'll get more into efficiency in another video and how to really maximize some of your mines. But right now, I just want you to focus on building out that foundation piece so you can start building your base. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not subscribers, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the community. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, you can find the links in the description below and make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I go live and post new videos. Talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.